Welcome back to episode, I think it's 105 of Teachers in Transition, the podcast and the YouTube channel. My name is Kitty Boitnott, the owner of Teachers in Transition and Boitnott Coaching. If you've listened to this podcast or watched the YouTube channel in the past, you know that I alternate topics between stress management strategies one week and career transition strategies on alternating weeks, because I am both a certified stress management coach and a trained and experienced job search coach, specializing in working with teachers who are burnt out and ready to make a career change. This week is Career Week, talking about careers and changing careers. And I want to share with you, I want to take an opportunity to brag a little bit about three, not one, not two, but three of my clients on my current caseload who have been hired in the last week, or maybe more like the last 10 days. And I want to brag on them because they are the first success stories that I have to share since last May of 2020. Now, I guess it's possible that somebody in between last May and now got hired and forgot to tell me or didn't bother to tell me, but I don't think so. So what that means is that since last May and now, the pandemic has been all-consuming, and many companies have put a hold or have vastly slowed down their hiring. They've put people on furlough, they've let people go, they've contracted and downsized. And now that we have some light at the end of the tunnel in this pandemic, I'm going to be getting my second vaccine this week. Companies are beginning to respond accordingly, and the economy is going to start to open up. Now, I don't think that that means that everybody who's on the job market is magically going to find exactly what they're looking for right away, because my suspicion is that a lot of companies are going to be bringing back people that they had let go or furloughed, assuming that those people are still available. And in the beginning, weeks and months of the recovery, the economic recovery, not to mention the recovery from the pandemic, the competition for jobs will be pretty stiff, I suspect. But if you are focused on what it is that you're looking for, and you have not let the pandemic be your excuse for not doing the work, not laying the groundwork, not reaching out to people, not networking, not doing all of the things that you could have been doing all throughout these months of the pandemic, then you might see success sooner rather than later, like the three clients that I have had who have experienced success just in the last couple of weeks. Now, have they each gotten their dream job? Maybe not so much, but each has gotten a job they applied for, that they were interested in, that they went through the entire process and then got hired. Now, why do I say that maybe not all of them got their dream job? One of them in particular decided to go in at an entry level because where she got hired, there's an opportunity for rising up through the ranks, if you will. And she simply wanted to get her foot in the door. The other thing for her was that she had already given up her teaching job. She had been cobbling together money to support herself from tutoring gigs and other kinds of little side jobs that she had had. And she was ready to have a full-time job. So she had applied for this position. She had a strategy for if she got this particular position, it would put her in a place where she would be surrounded by the kind of people she wanted to be working with anyway. She would get an opportunity to demonstrate her abilities and what she can do. And her plan is to provide enough value that they quickly see that she's far more valuable, going to be far more valuable in a different position and not so much at the entry-level position that she's been hired for. And I have recommended to her that if they don't see her value and they haven't started to promote her within the first 6 months at the latest, that she start looking at other alternatives again. But for now, she is thrilled to have gotten the job. She will be starting soon if she hasn't already, and I'm just really excited for her. Another one of the clients had decided that she wanted to make more or less a lateral move out of education and into human resources. And she has, in fact, been taking a course so that she would become certified in human resources. She is scheduled to finish her coursework this coming year, but she's still taking the course. And she had an opportunity to apply for an internship that she did apply for, and she prepared for the interview just like she would for any interview. And in fact, she and I got on a Zoom call together and did a mock interview so that we could prepare for some of the questions that she might be asked and to work some of the nerves out. And she did that work, and she had the interview for the internship, and lo and behold, they liked her so well, they asked her for a second interview, and then they offered her a paying job, a full-time position, not as an intern, but as a beginning HR director. Boom, that is the best of all surprises. So she's excited about starting that new work. And then the third candidate was someone who had certain parameters that she needed to meet because of the location where she lives. She found out about a position in her state department where she would be like a coach, curriculum and instruction advisor, doing different kinds of things for one of the regional state offices. And she applied for the job. She got offered an interview. She and I got on a call together so that we could talk about some of the questions that she might be asked. And we worked out the butterflies so that when she interviewed, she did so well that they offered her the position. So in 2 weeks, 3 people, new jobs for the first time in a long time. Why am I sharing this with you? Because if you are a teacher who is ready to start looking for something new and you haven't yet started, now is the time to start. If you need help, you need to hire help. It'll speed up your search. Don't be stingy with your resources and think, well, this is something that I can manage to do by myself. The fact of the matter is, eventually, through enough trial and error, you maybe can figure it out on your own. But you will save vast amounts of time and effort, not to mention money in the long run, if you make the initial investment and hire someone to help you avoid the landmines that too many beginner job seekers run into and step on, to avoid the mistakes that too many job seekers in the beginning make just because they don't know any better. What you don't know will hurt you when you are hunting for a new job. That old adage about ignorance is bliss does not count when you're talking about looking for new work. So I'm not saying you have to hire me. I'm not the best person for everybody, but I know that there are good people out there who will be the right person for you. And if you want to discover whether or not you and I would be a good fit to work together, I'm happy To have that conversation, you can sign up for a complimentary discovery session so that we can talk about it. If you want to know more about what I do, before you sign up for a discovery session, I did a webinar presentation a few weeks ago for the University of Virginia's Alumni Career Center, especially for teachers who are looking to make a career change in the coming months. And I've posted it as an evergreen, ongoing webinar presentation that I'll post a link to in the show notes. If you'd like to attend that, it's free. There is no pitch. I do offer at the end of it ways to contact me or how to follow me if you're interested. But there's nothing to buy. And you can learn more about what you need to know and do if you are ready to make a career change, but don't know how to get started. Know that there is light at the end of the tunnel in more ways than one. That's the news I wanted to share with you today. And that's it for today. So have a wonderful week. Stay safe, wear a mask, get vaccinated, and let's get back to some semblance of normal in the next few months. Have a great week.